Good morning, good morning. I caught myself forgetting to unmute the mic. So, good morning, everybody. How's it going? Hope everybody's having a fantastic start to their Saturday. As you can tell, I was pretty busy yesterday cleaning up my room. Got everything all put away in totes and stacked those totes over into the corner. And now if I need something, I kind of know which ones have which stuff. And so I know I have some of the games that I need to move from one tote over into my sister's old room, because that's where all my board games are now. And then over in this corner by my bookshelf, I've got all of my travel stuff. Hello, Virtual Paladin. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. We're just talking about the busy day I had yesterday cleaning up in here. Over by my bookshelf, I've got all of my travel stuff because I'm like, you know what? We're going to do a travel corner. And that'll work out just fine, you know? And everything else, right back there. There is one, I think probably one set of games that I need to find somehow. Because I've got, if you're familiar with Cards Christians Like, they also made a game called Holy Guacamole. I need to find my copy of Holy Guacamole. I don't remember where I put it. And I don't know why. But I found my bonus pack, which tells me it is somewhere around here. I just need to do some digging and figure out where it is. So, we're just at level 1 of the organizing, and that took me a good couple hours. Oh man, it was good though. I'm doing well, Paladin. It's been a good week. Been a very, very good week. And we are just in the midst of getting everything in here organized because I was so tired of looking in that corner and feeling like it was completely disorganized. And so back there I've got all of my totes, I've got my keyboard, and then in the green laundry basket-like thing is a bunch of shoes and some old backpacks, because I figured I can keep those old backpacks for now and see what I might use them for, and if not, I can donate them. And so it should work out fine. It should work out fine. I know at least one backpack I have had since elementary school. I'm pretty sure that was my very first backpack. Was a red Eddie Bauer backpack. So I'm pretty sure that's the same. I'm pretty sure if I looked at pictures of me in kindergarten, I would see that exact one. So that would be very interesting to figure out if that were the case. And like I said, it's either my kindergarten or first grade or both, because I had a tendency, my parents instilled in me that you get a backpack that will work for years. And so we got Eddie Bauer because they were known for lasting a long time. So I would not be at all surprised if I had that same red Eddie Bauer backpack from kindergarten through like 2nd or 3rd grade. And it's still in good working order. But what have you guys been up to this week? This week we'd had Awana on Wednesday, and that was great. It worked out so nice. We did Daniel Part 2, we talked about Daniel and the Lion's Den. Last week, we talked about Daniel and his friends saying, no, we're not going to eat the food that the king put before us. That was part 1. This week, we had part 2, which was Daniel and the Lion's Den. And why do I feel like... Is that a shadow? That's kind of bugging me. Nope, that is actually hair that I might need to get trimmed. Either my hairdresser missed it or my hair is acting weird right now. Oh well. Sorry for that momentary distraction. There, that'll work better. That looks much better. But anyways, Thursday was karaoke, and it was amazing. I hung out with Soul and some of the regulars at karaoke, and it was absolutely amazing. And it was so good just to see everybody. I sang Superboy and the Invisible Girl from Next to Normal because I was feeling kind of musical theater-y. And I'm thinking I might need to fix something on this overlay real quick. We're gonna do it live, you guys. Let's see, dashboard. Because it is bugging me that I love that dancing emote. Let's see. Okay. That looks better. That looks at least... If I lower sub just a tiny bit. Oh, and now I've overcorrected. There. Now it's all nice and even. Oh, good. You have returned. Let him go. What has he ever done to you? Oh, man. Welcome back, Weaver Wolf. So good to see you. What kind of a laptop do you have? I have a MacBook, and I kind of leave it at work, and it lets me do other stuff when things get slow. And so, yeah, I like it. And then I've also finished up my very first cybersecurity course. Ooh, a Victus gaming laptop. Nice! Victus makes really, really good stuff from what I've heard. I love that emote of yours, Weaver Wolf. I love it. Ah. And then, let's see. Where was I? I completely lost my train of thought. That's okay, though. That's okay. It'll come back to the station. It's all good. Oh, cybersecurity course. I finished it up. It went really, really well. Went really, really well. And started up my second one. It's a 3-part series. So part 1 was the essential basics. This one is online security. And then we have the operating systems. Galaxy redeeming second. Weaver Wolf got first. Way to go, you two. Yes. This morning I grabbed some coffee. I ended up waking up like almost 40 minutes before my alarm, needing to go to the bathroom. So of course I'm like, all right, fine. I will go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom and came back, and I'm like, you know what? I still have like 35 minutes before my alarm goes off. Can I get any more sleep? Apparently I did not allow myself to get any more sleep. I rested about 10 more minutes and my body was like, I want more sleep. And I'm like, but I'm missing part of the day. I need to get up and going. And it was like this argument in my brain of, you need sleep and it's time to wake up. Thank you so much. So I am like living off of the coffee this morning. I was actually amazed at how much of part one I was able to grasp and understand, because I do not consider myself to be the most tech savvy person in the world. And so I'm kind of like, will I really understand it? And I did. And so far, part two has been somewhat of a recap on part one, but now they're starting to get into newer content. The first few were kind of recaps in case you decided, I'm just going to jump in on part two. And he encourages you, if you haven't done part one, go back and do part one. So I'm glad I did part one. And managed to do that. And I'm hoping to be able, within about the next year, be able to get a certification in cybersecurity. That is the goal. We'll see if it happens. I'm not sure what the plan is from here as far as that's all concerned. Like whether it's career change or just a passing interest, but it'll be good, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for whatever's in store. And then Friday, you guys know I spent a good majority of the day cleaning and doing kind of not necessarily a purge, but just let's gather everything, throw it in a tote. Gather more, throw it in a tote. Gather more, throw it in a tote. And got a workout in, so that was good. And then we went and we got Taco Bell because we were like, my mom and I were like, we're hungry, but we don't necessarily want to cook. And so we're like, you know what? Crunchy tacos, a chicken quesadilla, and a bean and cheese burrito sound amazing. And so Mom had the crunchy tacos, I had the quesadilla and burrito, and it was delicious. Not anywhere near as good as like authentic Mexican, but it works in a pinch. And it's not that far from the gym or the house, and so it worked. We got my car filled up with gas because it needed it. And at some point today, I need to drive down, or at least some point this weekend, I need to get to Costco. Or if my parents end up going to Costco, I need to let them know. We're down to our last thing of almond milk, and so I need to let them know about that. Or I go tomorrow, depending on how schedules work and things like that. And so had my coffee and my protein shake this morning, and it was delicious. And so then after this, we'll have a hard stop at 11 because potential Bible study, and we'll see how that goes. And then we'll see if that happens this week. It's been kind of, scheduling has been hard, and so it works. And we'll see how it goes. And then I'll grab a quick bite to eat, and then D&D. And it'll be fun. And then home for dinner. But it feels so good, you guys, to clean, because I was getting so tired of just seeing clutter in my room. Seeing bags full of stuff and it just not looking good. And so I was able to get it all in totes, and I'm proud of myself for that. Good morning, Agent Ice. How are ya? And where did I set that orange cord. Did I put it in here? Yes, I did. Okay. So, because we don't necessarily need the mouse right now, I'm going to use this time to charge up my JBL speaker. You guys, if you have a computer and need a good speaker, this little JBL speaker is powerful. It is powerful. Works really, really well. Though it is sometimes hard to open to get to the case or get to the charging port. There we go. Perfect. You got a men's Bible study on Mondays. You have to pay $20 for the workbook, though. I can see where that would be a tough decision depending on where you're at financially. Most books are going to be about $15 to $20 these days. So they're going based off of the average price. If it's a Bible study that you think you will get value out of, I encourage you to go for it. If it's on a topic that you're just like, I don't know about that. Gotcha. Is it a study that you're interested in? Because if it's not one that you're interested in and you just kind of want to... You know what? I'm not 100% sure I like how... It's called a freedom group. Okay. Gotcha. So I would encourage you to see... Okay, then I would encourage you to see if there is somebody who might be willing to spot you the money. And when you're in a better spot financially, you can pay them back. That definitely sounds like one where they would touch on many topics. Yeah, if you think that, given a few weeks, like maybe it's a next paycheck kind of a thing, you could easily just say, hey, I'm in a bit of a tight spot financially. Could you spot me the money for a couple of weeks until I get my next paycheck? And then I can pay you back. And that should, because that definitely sounds like it would be a good group. Like you said, it definitely sounds like they'll touch on a lot of different topics. And I'm sure there would be somebody in the group that would be willing. And if not, you might, I don't know if they would allow somebody to make copies of it for you. Because sometimes those workbooks have homework for during the week. And so you could ask for copies, see if maybe there's a PDF version. Maybe see if the leader knows if there's a PDF version, and they could email you the PDF as well. That could also be a good idea, because then PDFs tend to not be as expensive, and you can print out the stuff for the week as needed. And so either somebody spotting the money until you're in a bit better spot financially, or doing a PDF could work. I don't know if there's a PDF option or not, but you never know. But what do you guys have planned this weekend? Tomorrow is going to be church and bowling. I need to double check. I'm pretty sure I am lead teacher tomorrow for preschool. Let me double check that. I am indeed. And I need to add a blackout date because women's retreat. And women's retreat. There we go. Football, church, and more football. Nice, Dusty. That sounds awesome. Are some of your favorite teams playing? I hope they are, because it makes it more fun when you know the players, when you know the team pretty well to where you can see what they're doing. You know what I mean? And you know who you're cheering for. You can cheer for them by name. And yeah, it'll be good. We were watching a bit of... Oh gosh, who did Kansas City play yesterday? Kansas City... The Ravens. They played the Ravens. That's what I thought. I was thinking it was the Ravens, but I was second guessing myself. And you know what they say. One of the best pieces of advice that I have gotten when it comes to testing is do not second guess yourself. If you are convinced that that is the answer, unless there is just something in your brain saying you forgot this vital piece of information and now I'm bringing it back to the forefront and that changes the answer, don't change your answer. Go with your first answer. Today is homework, and then, don't know, you'll go with the flow, might stream later. Tomorrow is church, D&D at 1, and don't know the in-between. Nice! What's going on in your D&D campaign? What character, like class and everything are you? And what's the story so far? I am playing a level 5 half-elf rogue, and she is awesome. She is awesome. I love her so much. And I've created a bard character as kind of a backup character. And so I'm excited. I've got plans for her to go to the house or the school of, is it lore? Or College of Lore? Something like that. And that'll be, you know, if anything does end up happening to my rogue, I've got her ready to go. And so, yeah, it'll be fun. And I think I did a good job setting her up, because there was only, when I did the D&D Beyond, I started off just doing it by myself based on the player's handbook and how I interpreted it. And then I did the same stuff on, I put those same numbers in on D&D Beyond, and I was actually not that far off. I was maybe 1 point off on a few things. And so it was good. I felt proud of myself for being that on it. A human fighter who has a custom subclass that your DM made, who also made the campaign. Sweet! Fighters are so cool. How's it going, Artsy? How are you this morning? Heck yeah, we're talking D&D. We talk all things nerd here. So far, so good. I got everything organized. The crap corner is now contained. And it's not all over the place like it used to be. It's all contained into totes. So I did end up having to run back over to Walmart to get one more tote for some board games. But other than that, everything is really, really good and contained. So I need to... No, I just wanted to get the crap corner contained. I was tired of looking at just a bunch of stuff piled in a corner and looking like it was just disheveled. And so I would much rather look at something like that where it's all contained into that and know, okay, if I need something, it's there, and I have a spot to put other stuff. Next weekend will be better. You're going to a music festival. Nice! Who all's playing at the music festival, Dusty? You organized your area today too? Nice! Look at us being organized! And then I've got my travel corner right there. So I've got some books, I've got my duffel, sewing kit. I don't know how to sew. I really don't. I want to maybe learn one day, but right now, I don't know. And then this is a carrier for when I get my future dog. Ooh, a draconic fighter. Nice! So what abilities does this custom subclass give you? Okay, sounds good, Dusty. How's the stress level these days? I figured I was better off getting the carrier now, so that way, because I don't know when the dog is going to come into our lives, and I want to be prepared, at least in that regard. And so I'm like, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna get that little tote, and it's that little carrier, and it's cool because it has a soft little pad for the dog to lay down on. And so if it ends up being my sister and brother-in-law's dog's offspring, then that'll be a nice comfy place for the dog to sleep during the flight. And then if it's one that's more local, then it's ready and waiting to travel home in. So yeah, it'll be awesome. I'm gonna scoot this over because it looks like I did my facial routine, so that is why my face looks so shiny at the moment. It is absorbing all the good minerals and stuff that are in my facial routine. Ooh, you have one of your players rolled a draconic paladin? Nice! That is so cool. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that, Artsy. We'll go with that. Emanating holiness. I love it. I love it. I also managed to, as you guys can probably tell, I managed to get new overlays made. Oh, thank you, Soul! Thank you, thank you. I love it too. I saw this picture and I was like, oh, that is perfect for the background. I make all of my overlays in Canva. And so and then I added that onto the Stream Elements overlay. So that way everything, like timer and everything, is all snapped onto one thing. And so, yeah, I saw this picture and was like, that is perfect. That is me. I love it. Let's do it. You choose a dragon's elemental power and can fuse it to your weapon and does that type of damage. With my, I can fuse cold to your weapon and could do cold damage. Nice! I love that. That is so cool. So you've got like and so if it was like a fire-breathing dragon, would that do like heat damage or fire damage? And then could you do psychic damage with that too? But thank you so much. I love my new overlays. They are so cool. So cool looking. And I promise you guys that we're not doing this because we're starting soon, but I wanted to show you guys the starting soon screen. We've got the timer, we've got little game stuff. I love it. I love it. I need to try and, I think the only thing left is I need to change the color of the font on the timer to be more of a purple to go with the theme. But overall, I am very, very pleased with the look. I love it. And what's nice is that I have it set on OBS to where as soon as I click on starting soon, it'll refresh that browser source so that the timer just starts right there. I don't have to click on browser, restart the timer. It just does it all at once because it's all connected to that same browser source because I put the overlay into Stream Elements overlay. So hopefully that all made sense. That was a lot. But we have been chatting for a while. If you'd like, you could try to Photoshop the color of some of the gaming gear to help it fit the theme better. Oh, so if you could, I will definitely see if I am able to incorporate that into Canva. That would be absolutely amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. I will commission you for that. How much? And we'll discuss off stream price and everything. But I'm commissioning you for that because I know how busy you are, and the fact that you take time out of would be willing to take time out of your day to do that. I'm like, girl, here, take my money. So. We've been chatting for like almost 40 minutes. This is awesome. I am loving it. Absolutely loving it. So, let's keep the conversation going. But if you have any prayer requests, please feel free to drop them below in chat. And then we're going to switch gears after prayer. We're going to join Kisa and, hold on, Suzu and Ao and all the other peoples in the game, Jack Jean, and see how Quartz house is. Oh, of course, Artsy. There we go. And how is your sister doing? I can totally relate to the back issues. I have some slight scoliosis, and so a lot of times if I'm lifting a lot of heavy stuff at once or bending over a lot, my upper back can give me some issues. Sometimes lower back, but more often than not it's upper back. But okay, good. She's doing okay. Her symptoms are ongoing. Okay, at least it's okay and not getting worse. So that's good. We'll definitely keep praying for her. Let's see. Looking at all of this. That can be updated. Okay. So far, so good. Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. We can update that. There we go. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and pray, and then we're going to dive into the game. Dear Lord, thank you for today and for your love, your kindness, your mercy, and your grace. Thank you that you love us as we are, but you also love us enough to not let us stay that way, that you want us to grow and become more and more like you. Thank you for giving us free will, because even though a lot of us end up abusing that free will and end up doing things that you don't want us to do, I also recognize that it means that we're not robots and that we can make that decision for you and choose you, and that is so much more meaningful of a relationship in the end because of that. I ask that you be with each and every person here. I ask that you fill them with your peace, your presence, Lord. I ask that you be with Soul, be with her dad and his health issues, be with her as she's at school, help her to just understand all of the concepts that are being taught. Let that light bulb moment come sooner rather than later, Lord. And give her guidance on direction and some decisions that she's going to be talking over with her college advisor. I ask that you give her a higher comfort level in driving. Help her be able to see the little victories for what they are. Help those little victories to just add up and let that driving anxiety just lessen and lessen and lessen as she gains more and more confidence, Lord. I ask that you restore her relationship with her dad. Let there be better communication and better respect for boundaries, Lord. I ask that you just help her to be able to balance everything, Lord. I know that she's juggling a lot right now, and help her be able to juggle all of that in a way that is pleasing to you, Lord. I ask that you be with Artsy, be with his sister, and lessen the severity of the seizure-like symptoms, and let the doctors know how best to help her, Lord. Be with his aunt as well, who's having back issues. Touch and heal her back, and let her just feel that healing that can only come from you, Lord. I pray for STL as he's getting ready to move, that you be with him and his wife, and all of the stress that comes with that, Lord. I ask that you lessen the severity of his headaches and let the new level of Botox help get rid of those headaches, Lord. And if not, give the doctors wisdom to know what else they can try, Lord. I ask that you be with Phelan and restore his relationship with his family, help him through his college classes and his headaches as well, Lord. Be with Dusty and his stress levels. Lessen that. Let him enjoy the concert next weekend, Lord. I ask that you be with DLC and help us know when to come back and how to come back, Lord. Be with Zyro and everything going on in his life, Lord. He's just going through so much. And be with Bayo and his tech issues, his mental health, and his work life, Lord. Help him just be able to balance everything, Lord, and just keep him close to you. I ask that you be with Kishu and her unspokens, Lord, and just help life to slow down for her, Lord. I ask that you be with Spark and heal her tailbone. Be with Lady Foes and Adaphos and help their garden to continue to do well. Let the baby be strong and healthy, Lord. I ask that you be with Kitty and the court situation. Let anything that needs to be done in your timing. Get the ball rolling on stuff, Lord. Be with Queen as she and Admiral and and their family are getting ready to move. Let that go well. Be with tie-dye chef Dave and his work life and just life in general, Lord. I ask that you be with anybody here who is struggling physically, whether illness or injury, that you heal them, Lord. Be with anybody who's struggling mentally. Help them to overcome and give them the tools that they need, Lord. Help us remember that it's okay not to be okay, but that we need to take steps to get back into being okay. Fill this time with amazing fun fellowship, Lord, and let us just have a fun time enjoying this game, Lord. And in your name I pray. Amen. All right. We are turning on the game. I might need to go to the actual thing itself. Huh. Of course, you guys. Happy to pray for you guys anytime. I'm gonna just walk over to my Switch real quick. Make sure all the cords are in properly because it decided on my Elgato to not want to look correct. If it decides to continue to act up, I do have a backup plan. But it would mean changing the game. There we go. Haha. There we are. Perfect. We don't have to change the game. It was cool last session. The first session, you got control, which or is it CTR? Oh, critical, maybe. Which your DM has a house rule that critical can do max damage, your character can do, and you can roll for damage as well, and your roll was max damage as well. So you did max damage twice to an enemy that was on the ground. Wow! I love that! That is so cool! I love it! Don't you love it when the dice roll in your favor? That is like my favorite thing, when the dice roll in your favor and you're able to know, hey, I actually do end up not having to put all of my dice in dice jail. I am a bit of a dice goblin. Just a bit. I ordered on Amazon a set of dice, like those little small dice bags, like about this size. I ordered a set of 16. And with all of my dice, not counting the 2 sets from Critical Role that I bought, I filled up all 16. Congratulations on passing. Looks like you got in with high marks, too. Seems like it was worth scouting you. And you heard the legendary words from your DM. How do you want to do this? I love it! I actually got 2 how do you want to do this in one session. And I was like, yes! You'd greatly prefer your dice to roll well. Unfortunately, they do what they want a lot of the time. Been there. Definitely been there. Definitely been there, soul. I'm like, there was one time my D20, I think it was, one of my D20s kept rolling 4. And I'm like, nope, you're going to dice jail. Bye-bye. At least for now, you will stay in dice jail. You will be released when I decide you are released. What? Oh, why is it having such a hard time staying connected. Okay. I think I know why. Hold on. I think what it is I've got all these cords that are tangled up. And so because they are all tangled up, there we go. Perfect. Okay. But the real challenge starts here. I'll begin by giving you your own personalized guide to the school. First, the only ones... There we go. First, the only ones who know you're a girl are me and Quartz's instructor, Rokuro Inaishi. Oh, and your childhood friend. Yeah, let's not forget your childhood friend, my dude. Because childhood friend, we need to keep him in the loop so that he knows not to go and spoil it. What? Alright, I'm gonna check something real quick. Be right there. I wonder... How is this even possible? Because I've got it not connected. Let's see, is it this cord, maybe? Alright, let's see what happens if I just set it like that. Maybe with it not having to... Because I think what it might be is it might be the cord going into the TV. There we go. I'm prepared to cross some pretty dangerous bridges with this. As such, I've done some digging into your life. I cannot say I expected someone else. There we go. I can't say I expected someone else to get in who knows your identity. Right? Yeah, we already know that. Because you told us earlier in the game. Like, last stream. I mean, that is fair. That is fair. Yeah, exactly. That is a very good point. He does make a great point of you need to know your castmates, their thought process, and things like that to be able to play off each other well enough to have good cast cohesion, cast chemistry. What? Why do we need to earn the leading role? Why is it not good enough just to be in the play itself? I'm sure he'll explain. Okay. I mean, that is true. That is true. Nobody needs to see a poor performance. But as long as you're trying your best in school, that is what matters the most. If the best you can get is B, that's fine. If the best you... Like, I remember I struggled with math. I struggle bust so hard with math. Geometry was the bane of my existence. And I was happy with a C, because that was the best I could do. For me, a C was not a poor performance in that particular class. Welcome to Univale Drama School. Your objective is to be cast in a lead role at the Univale performance, which is held at the end of the school year. In order to be cast in the Univale performance, you will need to be successful in performances and achieve results both as a class and as an individual. In order to do so, you will need to train up through lessons. Lessons are key to becoming a better performer. That's a very good point. They definitely wanted to implement higher stakes for the rhythm aspect of the game. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I feel like she's probably putting so much pressure on herself as is, and him being like, yeah, the pressure you're putting on yourself, that's not enough. Let me add more. But yeah, I get what they're doing. They're totally trying to they're making it a game. They're making it where the stakes are high so that you're invested in the game. And I kind of like that. I just kind of am like, as a former teacher myself, I'm like, if the best you can do is a B, that's fine. Like, I don't know. That said, please enjoy your life as a student at Univale Drama School. I am loving the game, though. I am absolutely loving the game. This is, like, right up my alley, and I am loving it.
Oh,入りたまえ。あの人が先生？でも制服を着てる。
Huh. Now that is an interesting concept.
校内放送で高らかに呼ばれていたね。初日から何か問題でも起こしたのかい？窃盗、強盗、過失傷害、恐喝、脅迫、銀行強盗。
A teacher wearing a student's uniform.
ものすごく口が回る人だ。次から次に言葉が出てくる。
Oh, that would be like... That's me after a cup of coffee. I'm like... There we go, she remembers. Drama is everything in this world. We must make life a soap opera. Well, not soap opera, because soap opera wouldn't have all of... Well, maybe it would. I've never watched a soap opera. But I do like the aspect of... I love that aspect of they're so into their craft that they're looking for drama in every little thing. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. So we've got law and drama are everything in this world. I love it. I love it. I like this guy. I like this professor.
お前たち1年が困っている。 あの人はホールの場所を教えてくれた睦海海さんだ。
おお、失礼。熱くなっていたよ。サンキュー、むつみし。ひとまず君は空いている席に座りたまえ。立花、こっちこっち。
Tachibana, over here!
では、皆揃ったところで改めて僕から挨拶を。ユニベール78期生の諸君、入学おめでとう。透明なるクォーツへようこそおいでなすった。
The transparent class, I like it!
僕はユニベール76期生で3年のネジコクト。
Kokuto.
クォーツの組長兼脚本兼演出兼その他もろもろをやっておる。つまりクォーツの舞台やストーリーの大枠は僕が作っていると言っても過言ではない。
That is so cool! Like, that is one of my... That is something I would enjoy doing, is script writing. But I do like that he has studied enough that he is able to be that scriptwriter, director, all things. I love it. I should mention that the stats raising has no impact on your overall performance. That part is for the individual routes and which endings you get. With the exception of Kisa's route, it's how much you put into one state that matters. Ah! Okay. Or into one stat, maybe, that matters. Okay. That's good to know. That is good to know.
すでにご存知だろうが、ユニベールでは歌劇を学びながら各クラスごとに舞台を作っていく。
Oh, that's so cool! Like, this is a school that is right up my alley. Like, let's get everybody together. We're gonna put on a play. It's gonna be awesome.
1年生から3年生までみんなで協力してだ。舞台は順番に新人公演、夏公演、秋公演、冬公演、ユニベール公演の5つ。
So we've got 5 performances: newcomers, summer, fall, winter, and Univale. Okay. And we need to get the lead in the Univale one.
校長先生が言っていたユニベール公演は最後の公演なんだ。
Okay, yeah, the very last one. Alright, we're gonna take a minute while we're in ads. We'll let this kind of stay during ad break, so that way those who are in ads don't miss any of the story. But I am really, really liking the way that this school has their different classes. I do wish that they had made it co-ed before now, but I also understand the aspect of tradition, and there are still some schools, even here in the US, that are all girls, all boys. And so, in a way, it does make sense. But it would be kind of cool to have all of the schools be co-ed. Welcome back from ads, everybody! So we've found out that there are 5 performances, and the one that we need to do well in is the last one.
君たちの初舞台は名前のまんま新人公演。1年生諸君が主役の公演さ。
Okay, so we'll be given leading roles in the newcomers one no matter what because we're first years.
俺らが
Okay.
舞台に立てるんすか？もちろん主役だからな。なこうがわめこうが新人公演がある5月30日には大勢の観客を前に舞台に立っている。
Oh, May 30th. Okay, so I'm assuming this is... Oh gosh, I'm trying to think what time of year this would be. 5th of April, okay. Wow. We have like maybe a month and a half before going into tech. Soshiro!
客層のほとんどは君たちを温かく見守る人々で占められているが、中にはもちろん厳しい眼差しを向ける者もいる。雑誌の記者やプロの評論家、熱狂的なユニベールファンなどがそれだ。素人同然の君たちの目標は新人公演までに舞台上で歌って踊ってお話ができるようになること。
Aww, I like that. The equivalent of newborn chicks, your goal is to pluck up the courage to sing, dance, and act on the
まずは
stage.
僕が君たちのために脚本を作ろう。ひなでも舞台上で羽ばたけるような脚本をね。
I love this! I love this Kokuto! I love Kokuto! He seems so cool! Wait. Within the month, they only have maybe a month and a half until tech and dress rehearsals. Because knowing the world of theater like I do, usually the week before opening is tech week. And that is where you have all of your dress rehearsals. You're making sure the lights look right, the microphones work, you're getting all the mic changes in that need to get done, things like that. Sound effects, everything. For him to say the cast will be announced within the month, I'm thinking how are they going to be able to put on even a decent play with less than a month? Good morning, Amethyst! How are you doing? We are playing our way through a Japanese visual novel called Jack Jean, and we're gonna try and figure out how we do well in this play when we have less than 2 months and the cast hasn't even been announced yet, the script hasn't been written, nothing. You're doing okay? What's been going on? Anything we can pray for you about? I'm doing well. We're just busy as ever, and just loving life. And got the bedroom clean and organized yesterday. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
みんな急に具体的な日程を伝えられて戸惑ってるみたい。
I agree. Yeah, I would be a bit stunned to hear those concrete dates as well, especially thinking, yeah, we have less than 2 months to put this together. And the script hasn't even been written. The cast hasn't been decided. Nothing. Oh, no worries. IRL comes first, you know? IRL is more important than making it to streams. You've been working your bottom off, gotta get these bills paid. Exactly. IRL comes first. Totally get it. How's the stress and the mental health and everything lately?
新人公演に上級生の皆さんは出ないんですか?
Oh, that is a good question, Suzu.
安心したまえ。僕はヒナの羽を散らすだけの舞台にするつもりはない。上級生も当然。
Ah, the upperclassmen will be on stage as well. Okay.
あくまで新人公演の主役は新1年生つうこと。
That makes sense. That makes sense because this is the newcomers play. It makes it a chance for the newcomers to shine. That totally makes sense. You're at work now, but on lunch. Mental health is okay, just trying to stay one day at a time. You got it. That is the best way to do it. Lord, right now we just bring Amethyst and her family before you. Thank you, Lord, that her mental health has been improving, that she's just taking things one day at a time. Keep her strong, keep her close to you, keep her and her family just close to you, and let them all feel your presence, Lord. And let the worries of this world not be as big of a stressor on them, Lord. And help them just to be strong. And in your name I pray. Amen.
俺たち上級生はお前たちのサポートに回る。
That totally makes sense. Oh, of course. Of course, Amethyst. Happy to pray anytime. I'm just a message away. It's probably easier to reach me on either. I know we're friends on Facebook, so it's easier to reach me on there or on Discord than it is on Whispers. And so, if you need anything, please, please don't hesitate to reach out. What? Who's the one that's got a grudge against the newcomers? Anytime. That's what friends and family do. They're there for each other. They cover each other in prayer. And they come alongside each other and do life together. Ah, there we go. Alright, yeah, Miki, you be nice to us, underclassmen.
校長先生が私以上に女性らしい人はいくらでもいるって言ってたけど、本当だ。お人形さんみたいに可愛い。
Like a little doll. He does kind of look like a little doll. Mitsuki. Okay.
Kisa ちゃんがいない時にネジ先輩が言ってた。
そうなんだ。
何見てんの？
That reminds me, one of my favorite... I've got two phrases in Klingon that I know very, very well. Actually, three. Of course, we all know Kapla, which means success. But the one that's most similar to this is Nuknek, which means, what do you want? And it's also apparently how they say hello. They don't say hi, they say, what do you want? But my absolute favorite is Nuk Dak Yuk Dapol, which is, where do you keep the chocolate? And it just amuses me to see the Klingons talking about something as sweet and savory as chocolate.
すみません。
他に質問ある子は？
質問。
Let's see. I'm kind of gonna go with I think I'm gonna go with how should we train, because I want to make sure that we're on the right track for the long haul as far as how do we... Because every director, every theater troupe is going to have their own expectations. And so I think the how should we train as far as how Ulivale does things would be beneficial.
新人公演までにどんな練習をすればいいんでしょうか？
まずは明日から始まるレッスンをしっかり受けることだね。
Okay.
教科ごとに専門の先生たちが手取り足取り飴投げ鞭飛ばして教えてくれる。
Makes sense, because not everybody's gonna respond or train the exact same way.
時には誰かと交流して自分にはないものを吸収するのもいいだろう。ユニベールでは自主性が求められる。
Univale.
しかし、与えられた時間は有限だ。
Okay, that makes sense because while you should have some ability to choose your classes and choose, you know, kind of like in college or electives in high school, that is their way of giving you that autonomy. But you only have so many years in order to achieve all the training and all of the classes that you need.
目標のためにどんなレッスンが必要なのか、誰と過ごすか、しっかり考えて行動したまえ。
Okay, that makes sense. And then let's go with how our
配役は
roles
どう決めるんで
decided.
すか？
僕の独断と偏見だ。
Of course. Of course. Your own personal judgment and bias.
レッスンでの様子や学内生活、普段の歩き方、話し方、体型、声、表情。
You don't think this one has any bearing on the story, it's just for your own info. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because it almost feels too early in the game to have any route deciding stuff. Because it's only really day one, and so these early decisions are probably more giving you information and things like that in order to better understand how the school works, how the game works, things like that.
ありとあらゆる要素を踏まえる。最後は直感だがね。
Gut instinct!
僕の直感で原石を見つけるのさ。
Alright,
今聞いた
that'll
話で
do
大
it.
丈夫。
There we go.
では、組長兼もろもろからは以上。あとはお譲りしますよ、六郎氏。
Perfect.
ああ、わかった。クォーツ担当の江西六郎だ。
Quartz's lead instructor, Rokuro Inaishi.
ネジが説明した通りだな。俺からは特にない。
He seems like that professor that comes in at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and he's just like, oh, I need coffee. I did not get enough sleep last night. You know?
いいよ、職務放棄。
And I kind of, hooray for dereliction of duty. What?
大人があれ
Oh,
から
that's true, that's true, yeah.
ユニベールじゃな。
Hooray for dereliction of duty. I love how he's excited about that.
私が女だってことも知ってるんだよね。
明日から早速レッスンが始まる。新人公演までに必要な技術を身につけるようにな。では、解散。
I love it. It's like day one at college. Day one at college is all about let's go over the syllabus, go over class expectations. Okay, bye. You know?
そういえばキサちゃんがいない間にみんなで自己紹介したんだよ。
そうなの？
今から改めて挨拶してきたらいいんじゃね？
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
そうしよう。
お、立花。挨拶は順調か？ユニベールはでけえから
人探すのも大変だろ
Well, because this one is a stats raiser and doesn't have a common route in the usual sense, you do start making choices relatively early on in how you spend your time. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I guess I think I meant more along the lines of, like, your first couple of decisions, like, something like that, like how a role's decided and things like that, aren't going to have a whole lot of different things. So I could see where, like, your first couple of decisions might not be ones that have as much bearing on things. Hey, how's it going, Dreamer? What are you up to these days?
それにしてもすげえデザインだよなクォーツ寮水晶が飛び出てっぞ
Oh, that's cool. That has crystals coming out of it? Oh, that's cool.
寮もすごいけどここからの景色もすげえぞ見てみろよ玉坂市が一望できる
Oh, yeah.
本当だ。
これからどんな毎日になるんだろうな俺たち
緊張する？
するでも
I think he seems like he would be the nervous
新人公
sided.
演でいい役取りたいし
Yeah, he definitely seems more like the nervous sighted type, where he's nervous but he's also excited at the same time, and you know, that kind of mixture of emotions there. Taking a step back and reevaluating how you look at things. Oh, nice! Sometimes we need to take that step back and see how, you know, best to look at life in general. You know what I mean? Like, how do we, and looking at how do we respond in situations. So, and why as well, you know, like the why behind our reactions. Is that kind of what you're talking about, Dreamer? Looking at how you react to things and why? You can see that? I love it. I'm not alone. I am not alone in that.
鳥巻くんはいい役がもらえそうだよ。
Yeah, he does. He seems like he would be kind of that. He could be kind of that comedic relief role. But if he put his mind to it, I could also see him being kind of the princely type, but definitely leaning more towards comedic. Hey, how's it going, Vocal Duck? How you doing? So far, all you've missed is we know that only a few people know Kisa's secret. We went to our first class where we basically found out that we're gonna basically be eventually in some good roles, getting some good roles in the newcomers performance, and figuring out how to meet people around the school. So that's going to be interesting because we've got 5 performances and our job is to get the lead in the 5th one. We've got to get that lead role in the 5th one. The first one is the newcomers performance. So all of the newcomers, all the first years are going to be getting a role. And so that'll be interesting to see what kind of a role Kisa gets, but it'll be a fun adventure. You were thinking more of the get stuff done type thing. Gotcha. So it's more of a prioritizing. It's more of a prioritizing, okay, what do I get done today? What do I get done in the next week? What do I get done over the next month, kind of a thing? Yes, our journey is circulating around the final roll. Exactly.
すずでいいぜ。
That totally makes sense because there's some stuff that's going to be more of a priority A or 1. And then you've got to look at those priority 1s and say, okay, this is the order to get that done. And then all of your priority Bs, get those done. Priority Cs, get those. Like, you've got your broad categories of A, B, C. And then within those, you've got sub of like 1, 2, 3, 4. At least that's how my brain works. And mostly because that was how, when I was a TA for my choir teacher, choir/music theory teacher, he organized things that way. And he looked at me and he said, all right, all the A's need to get done today. All of the B's need to be done by the end of the week. All the C's done by the end of the month. And so he would hand me a thing every day that had what the different A's for that day were, what the different B's for that thing or for that day were, and the different C's. And it all depended on how much did I get done the day before, or the class period before. And so if I got, I would start off with all the A's, get those knocked out, and then once I did that, then I would start on the B's. And if I managed to get the B's done, the B's that I didn't get done would become A's the next time. And then the C's, eventually as I started knocking those C's out, the C's that didn't get done would become B's. The scripts for said performances are added to the gallery later on. I love that! We can revisit them! Oh, that's so cool! Like, I am like shaking in excitement. That's how your brain works. You have to list priorities first thing in the morning. Pretty much. You organize your priorities the same way. Nice! It works because okay, this is my to-do for the day. This is my to-do for the week. This is my to-do for the month. And you're assigning a deadline without necessarily assigning a hard and fast deadline. Like, to me, soft deadlines are end of the week, end of the month. Hard deadlines are specific dates. Hard deadline is by September 7th, 2025, I will do this. Those are the hard deadlines, whereas the softer deadlines are more end of the month. As long as I have this done by September 30th, by the end of the month. If I finish it earlier, great. If not, fine. Or maybe it's not even necessarily soft or hard. It's more broad versus solid, I guess. To me, end of the month feels less overwhelming, I guess, than setting a hard and fast date that it needs to be done by. Like, my brain kind of alternates between the two. The hard and fast long-term goals are where you tend to struggle. You have a hard time having grace on yourself when you have to alter your decisions because life happens. Exactly. And I've been there, Soul. I've been there where you're like, man, I really thought I would be further along in this by this point. Or I really thought that I would be at a different spot in my life than I am. And then I look and I'm like, but you know what? I had a vacation. I had this happen. I had this happen. I had this happen. I'm amazed I even managed to get done what I did. You know? And it's when you start allowing yourself to have that grace to recognize it's okay to have to shift priorities, which is something that took me a long time to come to terms with. That it's okay to shift those priorities. I feel like I've got dry, chapped lips for some reason, or at least something caught there. Anyways. Sorry, guys. Having a heartfelt moment, and then I do that. Anyways. But yeah, it's hard to have grace on ourselves sometimes when you know that you want to get something done by X day, and then life throws you curveball after curveball after curveball. And you have to it's hard to step back and look at that and say, because of all these curveballs, I had to reprioritize, and that is okay. It can be hard to do that. It's a skill that takes time to learn.
折り巻きって長えだろ。みんなそう呼んでたし。改めてこれからよろしくな。
こちらこそ、すずくん。
Suzu-kun, I like it!
キサちゃん、入って入って。
荷ほどき終わった？
だいたい。本はまだ並べてないけど。
That's okay, the bookshelves can wait. If you were to see my bookshelves right now. So this is Soshiro. He is our childhood friend. And so he is one of the 3 people who knows our secret at the moment. Because of course, knowing us since childhood, it makes sense he would know our secret.
ねえ、キサちゃん。どうしてユニベールに入れたのか聞いてもいい？
Well, the principal came up to me and he was like, "Hey, I've got an idea. Your brother went to our school. Look, I'm the principal. See? Website says so. And we're gonna do this. You're gonna have to pretend to be a dude. And then we're gonna, if you don't, then you're expelled. And yeah."
それが実は。
そっか、そんなことが。
Aw, I kind of won, right? Well, see, it started with this mongoose that broke into my house. I kind of wish we could have seen... Like, I can see why they wanted to skip over the recap, but it would have been so fun to see how she explained it to him. That would have been fun to see her, like, try and Reader's Digest that. But I can also understand why, for the sake of moving the plot along, why they decided not to.
月くんって。
Uh-oh. What happened to our brother?
連絡は取れないけど、月にのことだから、どこかで元気にやってると思うよ。
Okay, so they haven't been able to get in touch with him for a while. Okay. Based on the look on his face? That's fair. Writing 101. No flashbacks are going over what's been covered. Especially when it's been so recent. Like, I can see where if it were like I know in Army Wives, for example, they do a flashback via nightmares. But that's different because that's not necessarily rehashing old material. It's the character having a nightmare and that recurring thought. For the sake of moving the plot and also the number of replays needed to finish the game. That's fair. Yeah.
そっか、そうだよね。うん、そうだ。
Okay, so he didn't have any news about Suki. Okay. I honestly, from the look on his face, I thought he knew something about Suki, and I was like, what are you not telling me about my brother?
協力するよ、キサちゃん。キサちゃんがユニベールで学校生活を送れるように。困ったことがあったら何でも言って。
Aww. Childhood friends for the win!
ありがとう、そうちゃん。
それにしても、キサちゃんと一緒にまたお芝居ができるなんて嬉しいな。
Yeah, that is fun because I loved seeing their imaginations at work at the beginning.
大変だと思うけど、キサちゃんがユニベールに来てくれてよかった。
By the way, guys, do I kind of sound like I'm yelling? Because sometimes I feel like I'm yelling, but I'm probably not. It's just I've got headphones on and it makes it sound like I'm yelling in my own ears.
一緒に頑張ろうね。
Yes! Let's do our best together! Okay, good. Good, because sometimes it feels like I'm yelling, but that's probably because those are the moments that I get really into it and my voice just goes, ah! And then the headphones are a little more noise canceling, and so then I end up not being able to, so I'm like, can I hear myself? And so I'm glad I'm not yelling. I'm glad I'm not yelling. Ooh, I wonder if it's the Mitsua? No. The one that was not liking the one that doesn't like the newbies, the second year. It is Mitsuki! Oh, that's a beautiful voice. Yes, Mitsuki. That's the one.
あの人、白田先輩。歌が得意だって聞いていたけど、本当に綺麗な歌声。
I love it.
歌詞の情景が思い浮かん
I
でくる。
love his voice.
じろじろ見ないでくれる？不愉快なんだけど。
I mean, yeah, I can see where that would be unsettling. Yeah.
あ、すみません。
But I can also see where, like, if you're drawn in, you're just kind of like, you know, like it takes a second to snap out of it until somebody points it out.
またお前か。遅れて入ってきた新入生。
はい、立花キサと言います。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
No.
女みたいな顔。
Well,
そうですかね。
声も高い。体つきも華奢。いかにもジャンヌ。自分の特徴くらい自覚しとけば。
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. As an actor, you definitely want to know what roles you are and are not suited well for. Makes sense, makes sense. I was gonna say, whew, I was kind of worried he had figured out our secret just from looking at us.
すみません。
僕はユニベール77期生。2年の白田美月。クォーツのジャンヌでトレゾール。
Ooh, a tresor.
トレゾール？
We're learning all the new
ここで歌姫っ
terms.
て意味だ。
Oh, the strongest singer. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
白田先輩の歌立ち止まって聴き入ってしまうくらい素敵でした
Yes, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly,
それ
Kisa.
で盗み聞きか
100%. No, we were walking the grounds, we heard you singing, and we went, ah, where's that beautiful singing coming from? Oh. You know, it was that. It was just that.
すみません
We're not spying! Kisa! Kisa! We were not spying! We were not spying!
どうでもいいけどじゃあ
言っちゃった人と関わるのがあまり好きじゃないのかな
I mean, that's fair. Be more, you know, he comes across a little more introverted. And so it does make sense that dealing with people would be more draining if you're more introverted versus extroverted.
それにしても綺麗な歌声だったなあ、誰かいる
Uh-oh, someone's here. Oh, it's just Kai. Okay, we're good.
堤先輩だこんなところで何をしてるんだろう何か集中してるみたいだけど 邪魔したら悪いかなまた改めて
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. If he seems like he's focused on something.
クォーツの新入生か。
はい立花キサです
ああ、お前は。
Excuse me. Sorry, guys.
はい
And now they're just kind of staring at each other. I'm not sure what to say.
会話が途切れた
I was gonna say, that's me. That is, like, totally me when it comes to, like, one-word responses. Like, if it's 1 or 2 words of response, I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? Especially in text messages.
ユニベール76期生、睦海海、3年だ。
あ、睦海先輩ですね
海でいい。周りもそう呼んでいる。
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, you're all in the same class, but I also get why in Japanese culture, it's very much a sign of respect and honor to your upperclassmen. So that's usually your first response is to go the more honorific route until you're given permission.
でも
Which makes sense because that's how it should be. And that's one of the things I've had to adjust to as I've gotten older is being able to call adults just their first name. I'm like, it was drilled into me that I call you Miss, Ms, Mrs, and in regards to men, Mr. You know, like it was drilled into me. That's the case. And so usually until like, especially like in cases of people that I have known since childhood, that is a hard adjustment for me to make. And the conversation has stopped again.
じゃあカイさんと呼ばせてもらいます
There we go! There we go! I love it! It's like processing. Okay.
あ、
カイさんはクォーツのジャックエースなんですよね ジャックエースといえば月にも務めていたジャックのトップ。それだけ実力があるってことだ。
That is a very good point.
俺はアルジャンヌを彩るための器だ。それ以上でもそれ以下でもない。
I love that. I love that because he's not being all high and mighty about it. Like, he doesn't let the fact that he is, like, the best of the best in regards to Jack roles, that sometimes those kinds of things can go to your head if you're not careful, and you kind of lose sight of the fact that the cast as a whole works together to make everybody shine. And so I love that he recognizes that. Exactly, exactly.
じゃあな。
はい。
I was gonna say, okay, bye?
アルジャンヌを彩るための器、どういうことだろう。
I know what he means. Oh, well, hey, we all have a past.
ふふふん。
I love the read on that line. I kind of picture that, I kind of, when I first read the dialogue down below, I kind of pictured it as more of a, like, kind of a wondering or an analyzing, observing kind of a thing. Not a, not sing-songy, but I'm kind of like, it fits his character. It totally fits his character from the little I know of Kokuto. I totally can see him saying that the way that he did.
あれ、クォーツの組長、ネジ先輩だ。この部屋に入っていった。
いらっしゃい。
And now we're speaking German. Willkommen means welcome.
こんなところでどうしたんだい？
クォーツの皆さんに挨拶をして回っていました。
Yay!
首相な心がけじゃないか。それならお入りなさいよ。
すごい。
Oh, wow. What is this? What is this? Look on his face. He really is an unhinged gremlin. That is the perfect description of him. That really is. That really is.
僕の作業部屋さ。では改めて紹介し合おうか、お互いの自己を。僕はネジコクト、クォーツの組長兼もろもろ担当者だよ。
Yeah, kind of a stay back. I don't want, you know. It's like let's calm ourselves down. Oh my gosh, Shadow Mod. What the heck? Automod. Why? They consider the words your fellow next to each other to apparently be bullying. I'm like, what? No. No. My gosh. How is saying your fellow bullying? What? Automod, come on, get it together.
しかし裏方だけでなく僕自身も舞台
Right?
に
I am just as surprised as you guys are. Yeah, that's fair. I don't think we want that answered either. I don't think we want to know why they consider it bullying.
演者としてはきらめく姫や王子からジジババアまで何でもござれよ。
男女両役こなせるんですか？
That's kind of cool. That is very, very cool. It reminds me of voice acting in a way, where a lot of times for young male characters, they will have female voice actors, they will have voice actresses voice the young males because of the fact that if they were to hire, say, a 11 or 12-year-old boy to voice the main, like the young male character, you only have a certain window of time before their voice will change. And depending on how big of a character that is, their voice might change before the end of the series. Yeah, I don't think I want to
かと
know.
いう君も
Nope.
総合的な意味合いではどちらともいけそうだね。なるほどなるほど。
So you think that she'd be able to do both? Interesting.
ネジ先輩がメモを取り始めた。何を書いてるんだろう。
I'm gonna err on the side of giving him the benefit of the doubt and say he is writing down good for male or female, higher pitched voice, but could adjust to, you know, be more masculine, slim build, you know, like more observations than anything. Like observations as far as like what roles she might fit.
僕の手元に興味があるかい？何を隠そう我がクォーツの舞台脚本さ。まだ草案だがね。
Ah, starting the script. I love it. I love it. Although I kind of wish that you would have written the script maybe over the summer? Maybe?
どのクラスも生徒が脚本を書くんですか？
まさかよそは脚本家や担任から脚本を譲り受けているよ。僕が特別。
That's fair. That's fair. Like, if you have the script writing talent and you can make the script, you know, flow well and everything like that, go ahead if you're the best person for the job. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, we're gonna watch this clip. There we go. That is true. There are 5 performances throughout the year. They have to be able to produce them quickly. That is fair. I guess where I'm coming from is in order to, like, and I can see where they would want the professionals typically to be the ones doing the script writing. in most cases. I guess what I'm thinking is if he had started work on the script over the summer or over the break, that would have made things so much easier. He could get the cast put together, especially considering the time constraints. Because while everybody's rehearsing one play, when they're not in rehearsals, not in tech week, he can use that time to work on the next play's script. And while that is true, Soul, he could have a kind of like a script that has, like, he could technically write a script that has a bunch of different characters in it already and have it ready to go. And then once he gets to know, because not everybody is going to be able to write their script around a certain cast. You know what I mean? So if you have a script written with, we need a newcomer that shines in a role like this, a newcomer that shines in a role like this, and a newcomer that shines in a role like this, you could still accomplish the same goal of having the newcomers shine while having it already be done, because you're going to have a more limited time on that script. Does that make sense? It's kind of like how you don't want to start the recording process until you've already written every single script. You're not necessarily waiting until you know who all is in the cast. You're doing what you need to do to make sure that all of the scripts are ready, because you know that you have, you've got this timetable in your head that it needs to, each episode needs to come out, week after week after week. It's similar in my mind to that. Does that kind of put things in a bit different of a perspective? He could, but he's a mad genius. Okay, there we go. You win this argument. You definitely win. You definitely win this one. And, well, not argument. Discussion. Yup, my Automod is on my list as well. It is definitely on my list. That one's, don't break the laptop. Right? Like, my goodness, Automod. Like, why in the world would you do that?
はてさて、君はどんな役が似合うかね。
The read on that line, it's kind of like he's thinking, but kind of creepy at the same time, like just the inflection, the up and down and flow melodically. Yeah, that I can see where that would feel awkward. And you'd be like, excuse me?
夢中になると周りが見えなくなってしまうものでね。
Like, that's fair when you are somebody that hyper focuses, and right now he is hyper focusing. You do tend to lose sight of what's going on around you. So yeah, that totally makes sense.
僕らがやっているのは果てがないことだ。芝居をする、ダンスを踊る、歌を歌う。それぞれがどこまででも追求できる分野だろう。
This is true. This is very
他の
true.
人間になれるかもしれないが、ともすれば ただの器用貧乏で終わりかねない。どれほど時間を費やしても足らない恐ろしい世界なのだよ。
I mean, he's right about one thing. We do live in a rather frightening
だからこ
world.
そ夢中になれる。舞台は巨大な装置。ジャックとジャンヌはその歯車。僕はそれを組み立てる職人。共に良き舞台を作ろうではないか、立花君。
I like that. I really like this guy. Like, as mad genius as he is, as creepy as he can come across every once in a while, I love it. I love him. He is so over the top, and I love it. So I can use my condition as an insult and put someone in my sights, but I can't insult myself, say the cleanest innuendo I've ever heard, or get creative with the insults. What, the hyper-focusing? And I guess I'm, when it comes to the insulting yourself, it's more making sure that you're not making that your full identity, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to explain. When it comes, like, for me, it's more making sure that I'm like, that you're not being too hard on yourself, you know? For me, I'm coming from a place of, I want my friends to love themselves the way that I do, and see themselves the way I do, and see themselves the way God does, and... Oh, you're pretty sure you've used autistic against yourself at one point. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like making sure that my friends know they are more than any diagnosis. You know what I mean? I want you to be able to be comfortable in your own skin, comfortable in who God made you to be. And so if I ever come across harsh in that, I apologize in advance, because I do recognize I get very passionate about making sure that my friends aren't too hard on themselves. So I do, yeah. We'll come back to that after ads.
Hi.
My eyes are telling me they're tired. I was focusing a little too hard on the computer screen there. So we're just waiting for the ad break. Just a few more seconds. Little bit of a dance break. There we go. I just don't want you guys to miss any of it, you know what I mean? I don't want you guys to miss any of the story. But yeah, like I was saying, I apologize in advance if I come across too passionate about that. It just comes from a place of, I love you, I care about you, and I don't want you to be too hard on yourself. You know what I mean? We're all learning and growing. It's a fact of life. It's part of life. It's how God made us. So.
というわけで、僕は執筆をせねば。君も新人公演に向かって頑張りたまえ。
Yeah, we'll do our best. I'm pretty sure that is that ganbatte? Is go for it?
どんな脚本ができるんだろう。
I do remember in Sailor Moon, like one of the Sailor Moon songs. I do remember one of the Sailor Moon songs. I think it was like one of the end themes. It was the one that kind of had this melody. Da la la la, never give up, gambaru wa. Yeah! I remembered! It's been so long since I've watched Sailor Moon, and I absolutely love that song. I love that song. I love the meaning behind it. It's been so long since I've heard it, but like, as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, I can hear it. It's coming back. And I love it.
誰かいる?
Yeah, he seems like the type that once he gets in the zone of writing the script, he can like crank it out in a matter of hours.
高階先輩だ。フロアの真ん中で気だるそうに立ってる。
Huh. Maybe coming up with his own choreography? Oh, I love it! Look at us having some similar taste in music. I love it. Right? Well, hello, Mr. Cool and Lackadaisical. I mean, that sums him up perfectly. That sums Takashina up very well.
高階先輩が踊り出した。入試の時に踊っていたダンスとは違う。
Ooh, another one of my favorite Sailor Moon songs is I think it's called Baby Love, and it's the one that it's sung, the song for Pegasus, I believe, like Rini to Pegasus or vice versa. I love that one. It's so beautiful. Oh, it does? Yes! That is like childhood right there. That is childhood. Deke Dub was like peak Donna's childhood because Donna Sis loved that show so much. And every day, at first, I wasn't sure how I felt about Sailor Moon. I always loved Sailor Mercury because I loved school. And I loved, you know, like, I loved how just Mercury's personality. Mars was a bit too much of a hothead. Jupiter was a little too boy crazy, you know. And stuff like that. And so I always just related more to Mercury because of that. And I always was like, why is Serena such a crybaby when I first saw it? and now I'm kind of like, I grew to love it more the more it went on. Like, Sailor Stars is probably my favorite season of it because Serena has finally matured. Like, she matures kind of in this slow upward trajectory. And then she's, you know, like, finally where she's matured enough that I can tolerate her and she's not as much of a crybaby. That is true. If Neji is capable of that and his goal being to bring out the best in the new leads, then it's more in character for him to wait until he's met them. That is fair. That is fair. So, I mean, I guess I just think through how long it takes in order to write a script, and I'm like, it's hard for me to picture being that much in the zone. But if he's able to do that, like, more power to him. You know? You saw like 3 episodes of the entire series. You were a Fox Kids kid. There you go.
緩やかな動きの中にもメリハリがあって、所作が全部綺麗。 目線の動かし方
I
一つとっ
like
ても
it.
花がある。
ずいぶん熱い視線向けてくるね。
Oh my gosh, why does everybody think Kisa's just standing there, like, staring at them? Well, she is kind of mesmerized, but they all think she has, like, ill intent. Right? Right? Like, calm down the glassed over stare, but I also get being so enraptured in what's going on.
すみません。
入試の時もそんな目してたな。
あんなにたくさん受験生がいたのに覚えているんですか？
赤いのとお前はよく覚えてんよ。二人ともひどい踊りだったからね。
Tell me how you really feel.
冗談冗談。
Okay.
赤髪の方は本当にひどかったけど。ね、名前は？
立花キサと言います。
立花キサ。俺はユニベール76期生3年の高階皿文。堅苦しいの好きじゃないから文でいいよ。
I like it. I like it. It creates this bond between them, you know, like this approachableness to the upperclassmen. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep, you are, dude. You are my dude. Definitely with that pose you're inviting Rule
文先輩
34.
ですか？
Oh, I love that she double checks, just in case she maybe misunderstood.
先輩もいらない。
I like it.
じゃあ、ふみさん？
楽しませてくれよ。キサ。
That's also inviting Rule 34 if you read too much into it, so we're just gonna move on. It depends. What are you thinking of doing to mess with Automod? Like, what are you thinking of? Like, I know you well enough to know you wouldn't, like, push the envelope. And it's honestly kind of funny to see what Automod, like, it's as shocking as it is to see. Ah, mess the script. Gotcha. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're wanting to get into Automod's code and figure out what all's going on in there and make it a little more adaptable. I like it. I like it.
間近で見ると圧倒されちゃう。それがアルジャンヌなのかな。
I don't know. I don't know how it's not.
あっという間に今日が終わった。
We all have those days where it just flies by.
私の部屋。
Flies by.
まだ全然生活感がない。新しい部屋の匂いがする。
Very thoughtful of them.
今日からここで生活するんだ。ユニベールの生徒として。あの日見た月にみたいに舞台で輝けるよ。頑張ろう。
Oh, we won a trophy.
おはよう。ちゃんと寝たか？今日から授業開始だ。
We may have slept well, but you're not looking like you slept well.
授業の進め方について説明するぞ。ちなみに俺は演技の授業を担当している江西六郎だ。それじゃ レッスンのスケジュールを組んでみろ。
I mean, I kind of get that. Like, I kind of see how it looks creepy because like just the lines and everything are a little bit like it's almost like he just got woken up too early. I know, right? Like it's so easy to fall into the I've overslept or I'm not getting enough sleep and I'm just here because I'm the teacher kind of feel, you know? You can choose to take lessons during the weekdays from Monday to Friday. Lessons are key to becoming a better performer. Taking lessons will help you gain experience points. Once you gain a certain amount, the level of your parameter will increase. Yeah, disgruntled and tired definitely fits better than creepy. But I can kind of see with like how it kind of looks like it almost kind of, the way they did the lines kind of gives him this melting maybe look. I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. But I see more, I see definitely more disgruntled and tired. So yeah. You have things to do in an hour, God bless, and do I have permission to share your mishap with Automod? Yes. Yes, you do. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it amazes me what Automod will ping. That is true. He is also the teacher of a bunch of eccentric theater kids, and he's got his hands full. This is true. You got this, streamer. You got this. There are a total of 6 different lessons available. Depending on the lesson, the parameter affected will change. Your parameter affects various facets of the game. Please do your best to take lessons whenever possible. I think we're gonna start with singing. La 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 la.
私の原石たち。私は単調緑。君たちに美しきさえずりを与える一羽の鳥。
That outfit is a choice. That's definitely a choice of an outfit. Oh, good. There's not a recommended route order for this besides saving Kisa's for last. Good.
おお、なんだあの先生、すげえ。
I was gonna say. I love him. I love him. Suzu is my favorite. Suzu is definitely my favorite. But you have a wonderful day, Dreamer, and you can totally share your Automod mishap with other Discords, and hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy getting ready for everything that you've got going on today.
単調先生はロードナイトの担任の先生だけど、今でも歌劇の世界で活躍しているらしいよ。
Oh, the colors of the stats correspond with the character routes. Okay. So should I not have done singing, or should I just not focus as much on singing?
輝いてこそ人生。君たちを美しく磨き上げるよ。原石たち。
I honestly wasn't paying attention to the colors. I was just going with the one that appealed to me as far as like content at first, and then I figured I'd try doing a lesson in each and go from there because I want to kind of meet all of the teachers. That was kind of my thought process, was I'm just doing this because it's fun.
Ohayo.
Aww. You got this! Lesson failed? What? Did I fail it? Okay, that's true. It matters what you put, how much I put into one stat. Okay, that's true, yeah. Okay. So then I'm thinking... So in this case, I may have forgotten to sleep. I just figured we were still in the same, I just figured we were still in the same day, like same school day, and just kind of like homeroom with the head of Quartz, and then going off into different classes. But my health is good. My health is at 90 over 100. So maybe it wasn't saying that I failed, but saying what happens if you... But more saying what happens if you forget to sleep. So if I go for a run, that one is orange. So that would mean that... Orange would be Suzu. I kind of want to do Suzu's route. Well, maybe I'll do Suzu's route right before I do Kisa's. It's all good. It's all good. I kind of think I'm gonna go... Oh, he is? Okay, sounds good.
長山先生は舞踏を得意とするオニキスの担任の先生らしいよ。ダンスの世界では有名な人なんだって。
どうやって鍛えてんだろう。
Yes, he is very much my favorite so far.
この体は思いを奏でる楽器。嬉しさも悲しみもあらゆる感情を体現できるのがダンスの魅力。
Dance is life! Okay. Okay. Okay, so singing is Mitsuki. Insight is Okay, that makes sense. That all makes a lot of sense. Okay. I think we're gonna focus on running and getting our spirit up. Yay! We get a
Kisa-chan.
cutscene with him. Okay. So now we can probably rest.
そうだ。ようやく落ち着いてきたし、ユニベールに入学したことをちゃんと青に報告しよう。
Now we ought to be able to rest. What? Wait a minute. Are you serious?
ごめん、混乱させて。大混乱だよ。だってキサちゃんは女の子で、ユニベールは男子校で。でも校長先生がお膳立てしてくれて、女だってことは隠さなきゃいけない。
I love her reaction. Okay. So Suzu, so spirit, and then insight, voice, agility, I think acting, and then charisma? Or maybe I'm switching those two, I can't remember.
パニックだよ。そうだよね。ああ、でも、よかった。
That's definitely a good recommendation because I can see where it kind of builds. You've got your basic, like getting your spirits up, getting, mentally ready for it, and then studying the basics of acting and everything like that. Like doing a whole lot of studying, and then building up the skills needed to succeed in a lead role. That totally makes sense.
ごめんね。混乱してるから。でも、私ね、キサちゃんが本当はやりたいことがあるのに我慢してるんじゃないかって思ってたから。だから嬉しいの。しかもそれがユニベール歌劇学校だったなんて。
Aww, best friend vibes. This is like best friend crying over friend succeeding. I love it. Like the happy tears.
ユニベール歌劇が見たくて隣町の学校に入学したぐらいだもん。綾浜市のセントアガタ女学院だったっけ？うん。玉坂座駅まで電車一本で行ける距離。
I love it.
ってことはキサちゃんにも会いに行けるね。やったー。学校で忙しいと思うけど時間があるときは遊ぼう。
I love how she's just so happy for her.
すごいな。キサちゃんが夢を叶えてユニベール生。すごく嬉しい。大変なことたくさんあると思うけど キサちゃんのこと応援してるね。青がキサちゃんのファン第1号。
I love her. Okay, that makes sense. An unlocked epilogue if I save Kisa for last. Ooh! That totally makes it worth saving her for last, for sure. They're more self-contained routes, so no plot spoilers. Yes!
ユニベールって公演日以外の土曜日と日曜日はお休みなんだよね。どこかに出かけてみようかな。
Do we have the option of resting at the moment? Ooh. I like it. Okay. Yeah, we should probably rest up. We'll rest up a bit and then go out the next day, because we have been... There we go. That's what we wanted. Let's talk to him. Let's see if we can get more points with him. I love it. Tamasaka Hills. I think I'm gonna like it here. Aww. Skewered rice dumplings! That actually sounds so good. That sounds so good. How's it going, kitty? Things are going well so far. We are hanging out with our favorite of the perspectives, Suzu, and we are going and exploring the town. It's going... Everything going okay? How's the stress levels and everything? I was just commenting on how skewered rice dumplings sound so good. Oh, I'm sorry. Lord, right now we bring Kitty before you. We ask that you alleviate the stress that she's feeling right now. We ask that you just be with her and help her to find out, find ways, I guess, to lower her stress, alleviate anything that is causing her stress in your timing, Lord. I ask that you just be with her family, be with their physical and mental health, Lord. And I ask all of this in your name. Amen. Oh no! What's going on with the truck? What's going on with your truck? Oh, that just looks so good. Oh, yes! Lord, right now we just bring Soul before you. We ask that you help her be able to find time to have quiet time outside of Bible study as well, Lord. I ask that you just give her those moments of peace and quiet with you, Lord, and help Kitty be able to figure out what's going on with her truck, and just let it be fixed quickly. In your name I pray. Amen. Yeah, that makes sense. The brake pressure doesn't feel like it's there, because, like, are you saying it takes more effort to brake because there's, like, maybe not as much brake fluid kind of a thing? Those rice dumplings, I'm sorry you guys, this is like a serious moment and I'm ruining it and I apologize, but those rice dumplings look amazing. Oh, no problem. We all need those moments of quiet time. And thankfully, work has been slow enough the last couple of weeks that I've been able to take some time for Bible study and things like that. And so that's been good. That has been very, very good. We at least think we figured out the power drain, and yes, we put in new brake fluid, but the pressure's still off. Oh yeah, if there's air in that hose line, I can see where that might be an issue. And do you have a friend who's a mechanic that might be able to come and look at it and see if there's any air in that line? Look how cute Suzu is! Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's understandable. I'm trying to think what you could do. Because it would probably be just as expensive to buy a new hose and put it in yourself. I'm trying to think what you could do. If I think of anything, I will definitely let you know. It usually is, because you got to take into account cost of the labor as well. If I find anything online about, like, how to find out if there's air in your hose, like in a brake hose, I can definitely pass that along to you. And any ideas on how to fix that. Yeah, anytime. Anytime. I love it. I love his little smile.
Oi, Tachibana! 緊急招集だ!
Oh!
鈴くんどうしたんだろう
Right?
何
I
かあっ
wonder
た
what's
の
going on.
新入生歓迎会
Oh, a welcome party! That reminds me of Welcome Week at college.
Eh?
We had so many different events
今から寮
going
のホー
on
ルで
during Welcome
新入生
Week.
歓迎会やるって。
そうなの知らなかったよ
俺も今聞いたんだ。他にも知らねえやついるかも。俺みんなに声かけてくるわ。
私も手伝うよ
そんじゃ向こう頼む。
That
一年
totally
全員向こう。
works.
みんなちゃんと揃っているみたい。
Yay! All the first years get to celebrate!
さっきは声をかけてくれてありがとう。助かったよ。
ううん、すずくんのおかげだよ。
Celebrate! Celebrate! Come on and celebrate!
あ、
Welcome
折巻くんのこ
week!
とか。
おう、お前も鈴でいいぞ。折巻って呼びにくいだろ。それにしてもほんと急だったな。
先輩たちは知ってたのかな。
それが
なんなの突然。意味わかんないんだけど。
Hold on one second, you guys. We're gonna stop and pray again real quick, you guys. Lord, I pray for Kitty, and just, I know that it is a hard decision to have to put Bible study on hold until possibly next month with everything going on. I ask that you just give her and her family time outside of that to just spend with you and be able to just be in your presence, be in your word, Lord, and just slow life down. I know life is hectic for so many people right now, myself included. There's a lot going on in my life, in Kishu's life, in Soul's life, in Kitty's life, and it can just feel so overwhelming. So if there's anybody in this chat that is feeling overwhelmed, help them to just feel less overwhelmed and just fill them with your love and your presence. Amen. Yeah, I just got that notification, which is what brought that to my mind, that I had missed that message from you in chat, Kitty. I am so sorry that I missed that message in chat. Chat was hopping at the moment, and it was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I missed that. And then I got the Discord notification, and I was like, oh, I missed something. And so then I scrolled back up and I saw that, and I was like, oh no, I missed something.
いつものやつだろ。黒の病気。
必要なことなんだろう。
先輩たちも知らなかったみたい。
そうなんだ。でも歓迎会を開いてもらえるのは嬉しいよな。みんなと仲良くなれんじゃね。
I agree. Having a welcome party like that, so good. Such a good idea.
みんなと仲良く一体何をしにユニベールに来たんだか。
あの人は
Yeah, who's our new friend?
クォーツの主席らしいよ。
素人ばかりのクォーツ新一年生の中で主席になるなんて造作もないことだ。
Oron, isn't his last name Otori as well?
主席か。俺なんかクォーツどころか学年で最下位だったぜ。マジで危なかった。ギリギリセーフ。
You played Car Mechanic Simulator today. How did you like it? I need to, I have this whole list of simulator games that I need to get back into. I have not played Car Mechanic Simulator in a long time. Right? Isn't it so much fun? I feel like I've learned all the, a lot of the different parts of the car. And, when Dad was, so I think I need to replace the brakes in the car that I drive because and I was telling Dad about it, and he's like, well, around the brake there's a thing called a caliper, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know about the brake calipers. And I'm like my brain went right back to Car Mechanic Simulator, and I'm like, oh yeah, you've got your brake pad or brake pad here, and then the caliper goes around it, you know. No relation. I thought I remembered because I heard Otori, and I'm like, that sounds so familiar. And now I'm like, nice! Another Oron reference! Completely unintentional Oron reference, and I love it! Oh yeah, it can be hard to deal with the angles of different parts and everything. Right? I felt so smart that I knew what he was talking about with the calipers. I'm like, yes!
自分の愚鈍さを誇らしげに語るとはみっともない。それから、ヨナがまさかお前が受かるとはな。
Wait, why is he being mean to my childhood friend? Or to Kisa's childhood friend? Does Friend Bear need to come out and play? That's what you're hoping for. You're gonna watch a movie. Ooh, what movie?
そうちゃん知り合い？
知り合いというか、受験の時同じグループで試験を受けてたんだ。
Oh, they were in the same group when they auditioned. Okay.
最低の見本のようだったよ彼は。ユニベールを受験する度胸に感心したくらい。
With is it Eddie Redmayne? Ah, gotcha. That makes sense. That makes sense that he would let that get to his head. Unfortunately, that is lead character. I call that lead character syndrome because depending on your personality, and I've seen this happen time and time again. Oh, no, you have no idea, but it's the prequel to Harry Potter. Exactly. I remember seeing the first one. I didn't go to see the second one. And he's just disagreeable by nature. Yeah, he sounds like it. He sounds like he's somebody that would be hard to get along with. Yeah, that can be hard to deal with somebody like that. But I call it lead character syndrome, and I've seen this time and time again where somebody gets a lead role and lets it get to their head and they just look down on anybody and everybody. He seems like a textbook example of main character syndrome because I've seen where, even in my own theater group from when I was a kid, I have seen prime examples of main character syndrome where they've let getting multiple lead roles go to their head and they feel like they deserve all the lead roles because of it.
学年最下位に最低見本。それに加えて入学初日の大事な顔合わせに遅刻してきた不作法者。
Well, Kisa was kind of talking to the principal, so it's not like she was late on purpose. I am so excited for that. I am so excited for Neji to put this guy in his place.
お前たちのような問題児と同じクラスなんて全く僕はついてないよ。
Bro, slow your roll. We are not problem children.
いいか。僕たち新1年生にとって新人公演はまさに登竜門。ユニベールでスターになれるのかなれないのか、 ここでの成果が僕たちの今後を大きく左右する。だからみんな主役を狙っているんだ。
I mean, it makes sense.
そんな熾烈な争いの中、慣れ合いなんだ。レースを降りると宣言しているようなものだろう。舞台は孤独な場所。自分一人で立てないからといって僕たちの足を引っ張らないでくれよ。いいな。
Exactly. The only problem child here is him. He is one of those people that I would like to go hands on shoulder and go, dude, chill! Do you understand the words that are coming out of your mouth? Do you hear yourself? You're just creating a problem for yourself and cast chemistry and cohesion. And then just up and leaves. Bro.
大鳥くんと同じ気持ちでいる人は多いかもしれない。この1週間見ていて思ったんだけど、一人でストイックに稽古している同期が多いんだ。
And that's not necessarily good for cast cohesion either.
手の内を見せないようにしているのかもしれない。
同期であっても全員ライバルなんだ。
諸君、突然の招集にもかかわらず集まってくれてありがとう。これより新入生歓迎会を始める。
Newcomer festivities!
始まった。
我々上級生と君たち新1年生の関係は初めましてを通り過ぎた程度に過ぎない。だからこそ君たちのことをつぶさに教えてもらいたい。
Makes sense. Yup. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Only in this case it's, do you understand the words that are coming out of your mouth? Do you hear the words that are coming out of your mouth? Do you realize how you're coming across?
教える？何をしたらいいんすか？
最も手っ取り早くお手軽簡単な伝達手段はおしゃべりだろう。
The power of communication.
というわけで今からインプロビゼーションをやってもらう。
Improv! I love improv. Some of my favorite memories are in improv classes. Like, I love the improv games of switch left, switch right is one of my favorites. You get 3 people, right? They make a triangle. But a backwards triangle. It's kind of hard to see. So you've got 2 people. There we go. 2 people and then 1 in the back making a triangle. These 2 are in a scene. And then they switch. And then you've got 2 different scenes per person to memorize. And so you would have 1 scene with the first 2 people up front. Then you would have 1 scene with this person and the person in the back. And then you would have a scene with this person and the person in the back. And so it's really fun. That one's really fun. I also like Party, I think is what it's called. You've got 1 person who's like the host of the party. And then you have let's see. Got like 4 or 5 people planning who they're going to be. It could be like famous actors, it could be famous characters, anything like that. and they have to guess, the host has to guess as they're at the party who came to their party. I also like the car game where you have one person who's the driver of the car. I think it's called Hitchhiker or something like that, actually. One person's the driver, and then they see somebody hitchhiking, and they're like, oh, cool, and the driver starts off with one emotion. They pick up a hitchhiker. That hitchhiker comes in with a different emotion, and that person, like the driver and the hitchhiker, both have the same emotion. They pick up another hitchhiker with a different emotion. All three people in the car now adopt that new emotion. And when the car is full, they've got about 4 or 5 different emotions that they've gone through. And then they arrive at the last person's place, and they go backwards through all the different emotions. So you have to remember who was what emotion.
インプロビゼーション、即興劇だよね。言葉のまま即興で演技するんだよ。
I love those games.
即興？
Improv games are
台
the
本は？
best. Oh, Suzu's so freaked out about it.
No, no! 即興に台本など無用。何が生まれるのか誰も想像できぬ未知の演目でおしゃべりするのだ。
Right? Suzu's face is like, I need a script. Please, just tell me what you want me to say and I'll say it.
君たち新1年生だけでね。
え、先輩たちは参加しないんすか？
今日は新入生歓迎会。君たちが主役だろ。
どれくらいやったらいいんでしょうか？
I can definitely understand that. Like, I feel like if you were to, I feel like if I had like a basic idea of what the improv would be like if you told me we're going to, you know, like I want you to think of 3 things, like, even if it's 2 truths and a lie, something like that. Something to kind of guide you in where to go improv-wise, that would help in this situation. That would definitely help in this situation, to kind of give an idea of like a topic. Because giving a topic still allows room for organic conversation and improvised conversation. Even in switch left, switch right, you've got that ability to be like, okay, you're 2 co-workers in the office on your last day. Or on one of your last day at the office. You can then decide who's the person there on their last day, who's the one that's going to be staying, you know, and go from there. It would really go a long
僕が
way.
良いと言うまでさ。それじゃあ始めるよー。はいどうぞ。
Yeah, that makes, I mean, in a way it makes sense. Because then that really gives him a chance to get to know what's interesting about, like, what interests them about each other. But at the same time, even just saying, like, we're gonna improvise by everybody telling their life story. You know? Something like that.
どうしよう。
誰より目立つ流れを作らなければ。
Yeah, of course that would be Odori.
なんだよこの無人島。
Oh, Suzu going for it! Go, bro, go!
早い。
出し抜かれた。
これからどうすりゃいいんだ。
鈴くんが口火を切った。ここは無人島。
ダサ。
Not lame. Not lame.
ずいぶんベタなの来たな。
その分やりやすくていいんじゃないか。
さあさあ、新一年生諸君、存分に聞かせておくれ。
ここは無人島。でも私たちはなんで漂流したの？
There we go. How did we get washed ashore?
気候は？特徴は？鈴くんはこの島にどういう設定をつけているんだろう。
Oh, he's like, guys, I threw you a bone. Is somebody gonna pick
これから
it?
どうすりゃいいと思う？
何も考えていない。
なんだ、ただの無鉄砲か。うん、だったらここで。おい君、状況を整理しようじゃないか。なぜ僕たちがこの無人島にたどり着いたのか、事細かに教えてくれ。
I'm sorry. You could have come up with something. You could have said, like, what is it? Like, he says, what is this deserted island? You say something about the climate. Somebody else says something about, and like, that climate could lead to, like, what is this deserted island? Oh my gosh, it's raining. No wonder we got washed ashore on our boat. You know, something like that.
きっかけとなる事件はいつ起きた？どこで起きた？誰のせいで起きた？何をしたせいで起きた？なぜ起きた？
You want to be the best of the best. And look at this. I'm coming up with stuff before you do. You're making poor Suzu do all the work for you. This is not okay. Alright, we're gonna pause a minute. And we're gonna make sure that everybody gets to see what's going on. Because I don't want anyone to miss a thing. We got about 15 more seconds of ads. I like the music. Like, you can dance to it. I like it. Welcome back from ads, everybody. Mitsuki is more or less a toned-down version of another certain visual novel character I have repeatedly pretended to punch in the face. I kind of get that feeling, because I kind of want to... I kind of really pretend to punch him in the face multiple times. I'm like, you want to be the best, and you're passing on the work that would make you the best to Suzu.
ほら、早く教えてくれ。
Ah. But that was Otori. That was Otori that does no wait, not Otori, that's Otori isn't a voice, Mitsuki is. I'm a little... I think of Mitsuki as the person that just takes a little bit to warm up to you. This guy, Otori, right up here, he's the one I want to repeatedly punch in the face.
大鳥くん、まさか。
僕のプランを邪魔したお礼だ。先輩たちの前で恥をかかせてやる。
Oh, no worries, no worries. I'm just making sure. Okay, so I have potentially got a bit of lag. It looks like I have dropped a few frames due to rendering lag, so that could be part of it. Because I've got 64 frames missed due to rendering lag. Oh, Mitsuki's comment of lame. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. That totally makes sense. Oh my gosh, Otori. Sir, you have a lot to learn. You have a lot to learn, sir, about cast cohesion and working as a team. Oh, it's all good, Soul. It's all good. It's all good.
そうちゃんが何か考え込んでる。そうちゃんならもしかしたら。
あ、どうした早くしろ。
My dude. My dude, Otori.
俺より詳しいやつはいくらでもいるんじゃねえか。ほら、あいつとか。
There you go. Pass it along. Pass it along to somebody else. Get the pressure off of you.
僕は君に聞いて。
僕たちが乗っていたのは豪華客船モルペウス号です。
There we go. There we go.
それだ。モンペハウス号。
There we go. We're playing a game of yes and. We're playing a game of yes and.
です。そう。僕たちはカナダを出発し、アラスカで美しい自然や動物、流氷を見て帰ってくる予定でした。
There we go.
魅力的なのはその価格です。豪華クルージングでありながら、他とは比べ物にならないほど安かった。
そうちゃん、どんどん設定が出てくる。
I like it. I like
そうちゃんが設定を言って
it.
くれるおかげでイメージが湧いてきた。
クルージング費用の安さを見れば、船の古さもご愛嬌で。
皮肉なことに。
After this scene, I'm probably gonna have to call it for the day. Go grab a bite to eat, and then get ready for D&D. But it has been so much fun hanging out with you guys. We're gonna be playing more of this on Tuesday, and I am so excited for it.
大鳥くんが割り込んできた。
見上げるほどに大きかった船が今では海の下。ああ、なんたる悲劇。
Oh, now you decide not to try and make everybody else do all the work. Now that all the work has been done, you've got the foundation built, rather than helping build the foundation.
小さい頃に父を事故で亡くしたよ。母は男と出て行った。親戚の家をたらい回しにされ、すさんだ少年期を過ごした。
大鳥くんが自分語りをしている。まるで一人劇だ。入り込む隙がない。みんなはどうしてる？
ちっちゃい島だな。
There we go. There you go, Suzu. That's my man, Suzu.
前の方をうろうろしてる。島の様子を探っているみたい。そうちゃんは大鳥くんに押しやられたせいで後ろの方にいる。
喋らないと。
他の1年生たちは出方を伺って大鳥くんの周りに集まってる。
I like it. Gather around the one that's actually making room
私はどうしよう。
for everybody. Ooh, we're gonna go with Suzu. We're going with Suzu.
前に出て鈴くんに話しかけよう。がむしゃらに動き回っては疲れてしまいますよ。まずは水の確保をしませんか？
There we go. There we go.
それもそうか。しばらくはこの島で生活するんだもんな。
鈴くんの演技って飾らず自然体だな。いつも通りの鈴くんって感じがする。
I like it.
前に出たか。
意外と度胸あるんだ。
Now see, I like the fact that Mitsuki kind of just seems like the kind that is unapproachable at first. But the more you get to know him, he warms up to you. He just takes time to warm up. And maybe it's the same with the other character that you are probably thinking of.
なあ、そこのおしゃべり。お前この島に水があるか知ってっか？
あ、うるさい。今僕は。
Nope. Number one rule of improv: you don't toss out an idea. You roll with what's been going on. You roll with what everybody else is doing. You don't try and change the scene, especially not to make it all about you.
なんで知らねえのかよ。他に島の情報を持ってるやついねえか？
それなら遭難した経緯をしっかり覚えていた彼に聞いてみては？
島のことはまだよくわからないのですが、船の積み荷も流れ着いている可能性があるんじゃないでしょうか。
There you go. There you go. You're admitting, like, you're not. See, this is an example of not tossing out the idea, but going with what your character would know. And so because they don't even know what island they're on yet, it makes sense he wouldn't be as familiar with the island and what's on it yet. But he does know it's possible some of their cargo
その中に
came
水があ
ashore.
るかもしれません。水がなくてもワインや食べ物が。
There you
マ
go.
ジか。みんなで手分けして探そうぜ。
よかった。話が流れ出した。
I love it.
我が強い連中をうまく誘導してんな、あいつ。そう思わねえか、ミツ。
出しゃばってるわけじゃないのに目立ってはいますね。
And that is a good point. Like, you gotta be willing to, like, this is what Otori needs to learn, is that yes, you can take your moment to shine, but then you've got to let other people shine too and be willing to step back and let them do their thing.
はい、オーケー。これにて終了。
これで終わり？
これからじゃないっすか。
Right? Like, I feel like we just got started. I'm invested in this story.
展開が見えてきちゃったからね。退屈になる前に終わらせるが吉。
There could be any number of ways that it could end.
でも十分楽しませてもらった。上級生諸君、ここで決めちゃっていいよね。
初めからそのつもりだったんだろ。
お前の考えに口を挟むつもりはない。
早く終わらせてくださいよ。
オッケー。それでは発表といこうか。
I love the okay.
こたびの新人公演、クォーツのジャックエースに折巻すずを抜擢する。
Oh, yay, Suzu! And That is true. That is a very good point. They don't mince words, they're standoffish and blunt, but it often comes from a place of wanting to be the best they can be. Exactly. Exactly. That is definitely what I get from it too. I just feel like Mitsuki, while he starts off that way, once he realizes that just like him, you want to be the best you can be. Oh, of wanting you to be the best you can be. Okay, yeah. I almost feel like with Otori, though, that he is already convinced that he is the best and there's only room for one. And that's what kind of rubs me the wrong way about him. Is he almost comes across as, I don't need to learn anything from here. I already know everything. And I'm gonna make it all about me so I can shine. I feel like Mitsuki definitely comes more from a place of wanting you to be the best you can be, and once he realizes you guys have the same goal in mind, then he opens up and you can have that friendship. I don't get that vibe at all from Otori.
Suzu-kun ga...
Way to go, Suzu!
ジャックエース
Way to go,
俺が
Suzu!
ジャックエース新人公演で俺がジャックエース
He very much is, yeah. Yeah. And I think that's a very important difference, is when it's like where it shows where your heart is in regards to all of this. Is your heart all about making things work best for you, or is it about what's good for the whole? And wanting to be the best you can be and wanting the others around you to be the best they can be, that is a very noble goal, and that is a very noble heart attitude of wanting to bring out the best that somebody may or may not see in themselves. And you're more blunt with them because A, you know they can handle it and need to hear it, but B, you know that at the end of the day, telling them that is going to help them improve. Otori is coming from a place of it being all about him. And that is a huge attitude difference.
いいパニックっぷりだね。興奮しちゃう。さらに続けるよ。ジャックエースがいればもちろんこの役も。新人公演クォーツのアルジャンヌを立花キサ。
Yay! Yay, Kisa!
キサちゃんがあるじゃんぬ
俺がジャックエース
I'm so excited!
あるじゃんぬなのか
私が
というわけで新人公演の主役はこの2人に決定。異論がなければはい拍手。
Round of applause.
伸びしろに期待だな。
Yeah, Takashina is very much like, let's see them grow, let's do what we can to help them grow.
さっさと部屋に帰りたいし。
Mitsuki kind of is similar, just in a more standoffish way. He's like, hey, you don't need me here, I'm more, I'm peopled out, and that's fine, you know?
妥当だろ
And Kai can be a bit similar.
待ってください
おお、なんだね、大鳥くん。
Uh-oh. Yeah, we could totally try and go to an improv class sometime. That would be awesome.
どういうことなんですか
I would
こいつら
love that,
新人公演
Vokoda.
のジャックエースとアルジャンヌだなんて今の即興劇で決めたんですかそれなら僕の方がはるかに喋れていたはずです
We are taking a breath.
演技だってあの二人に負けて
We
いる
will
とは思いません。
refrain.
そうだね。大鳥くんは抜群にうまかったよ。
それならなぜあの二人なんですか。クォーツどころか学年最下位の折巻と初日の顔合わせで遅刻してくるような立花ですよ。
いいねその感じ。安心して、君にもちゃんと役がある。主役の次にいい役だ。
あ、僕にも役が。いやしかし主役の次、あいつらの次。
There are no small parts, only small actors. Get that through your head.
それともう
Okay,
一人、
we're good.
与永くんにも役を与えるからそのつもりで。
ヨナガもか。やったな。
Yes! そうちゃんすごい。
ヨナガが。いやおかしい。こいつはどこかで聞いたことがあるようなうんちくを垂れ流していただけじゃないですか。
修羅場の匂いがプンプン漂ってきたね。だが申し訳ない。僕は新人公演の台本執筆に取り掛からなければいけないんだ。
Yep, there's definitely a bloodbath about to happen in this. He's about to lose it.
今日は僕のために集まってくれてありがとう。はい、母さん。
Turning a newcomer's party into a casting call. That is very much in character for him.
本当に私が主役のアルジャンヌなの？
主役おめでとうさん。うまいこと周り巻き込んで話をまとめたな。
Exactly. See, that's what the difference is. Otori, you have much to learn.
あれで流れが変わっていた。よかったんじゃないの？
いややったな立花。主役だぞ主役。
Look at
お
that.
前他の奴らと違って周りが見えてる感じしたもんな。あとヨナがお前もすげえな。急に話振ったのにあんなにスラスラ設定が出てくるなんてすげえ助かったわ。
本で読んだことがある海難事故を参考にしただけなんだ。
Oh, hey, Fae Queen. I am gonna go ahead and refund that because I am all out of water. But thank you so much for the bits. Let me just stream manager. Oh, sing mode. We're in the sing mode. We are figuring out where everybody is cast. We're gonna stretch, and then we had a fun improv. I use OBS. I use OBS, and I also kind of use Stream. Well, I guess not much of Streamlabs. I use Stream Elements.
そうか？聞いてて
And
ワクワクしたぞ
we
俺。そんな大変なことに
went to the
巻き込まれ
stream
たのかって
manager to give you back those points. And now we're in. Oh, you know what? You're right. Let me see if I can add that. Where is the... There we go. Channel points reward queue. Perfect. Thank you for reminding me of that. I had not added it to my quick
あれが良かったからお前も役がもらえたんじゃねえの？
actions. How are you today, Faye? I hope you're doing well, my friend. I felt for a second like I was going with the melody of a song, and I didn't want to get docked for that.
大鳥くん
What do you have planned today?
ネジ先輩は何を考えているんだ。こんな
I really don't like Gotori. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? As much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. I have a question for you too. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle peppers. How many pickle peppers did Peter Piper pick? Actually, that's not much of a question because that's not the right even part of the tongue twister. I could tell. I could tell. Let's see. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle peppers. How many pickle peppers did Peter Piper... let's see. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle peppers. Something, 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 something Peter Piper picked. Now, if Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle peppers, where's the peck of pickle peppers Peter Piper picked? There we go! We can just go with the random number. I'll accept 6. We've got a couple more minutes of sing mode, and then you wait them. That reminds me of Veggie Tales. Because there's a skit where you've got these two guys on a hill. One goes up the hill and picks all the strawberries. The other one goes up the hill and picks all the bananas. Broccoli, celery, gotta be VeggieTales. Lima beans, collard greens, peachy keen, VeggieTales. Cauliflower, sweet and sour, half an hour, VeggieTales. Oh, I bet Bean is growing so fast. And I'll bet you are closer than you think to getting Bean ready for VeggieTales. What is your favorite episode of VeggieTales? And we're at 5 minutes, so that is the end of Sing Mode. I do vaguely remember precious moments. I remember growing up watching Simon the Lamb a lot. Oh, a year and a half, 18 months. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Alright, you guys. We are going to go ahead and we got to call it now. And I'm going to go grab a bite to eat, get ready for some D&D. And then be home in time for dinner. So, after I get through this, then we will go ahead and we're gonna have to call it, and we'll see if we have anybody live that we can raid to. Ooh, the higher the parameter, the better the award. That makes sense to me. Alright, so I wonder... Menu. let's go ahead and save just to make sure. Oh, I can totally. If you look under the redemptions, I will count Prince of Egypt as a Broadway Disney song because there is a Broadway version of that. So, by the way, check out the new look. Loving it. I am loving this new overlay. Yes, next time. Definitely next time. So let's take a look and see who we have as a potential raid targets. Not as many people as I thought. So we're gonna go ahead and end it here. You guys have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you guys on Tuesday.